Somebody asked me about allocation, so I'm just going to show you something. We have a lot of conversations about allocation, a ton, actually. So if you go into your library and just type the word allo, there's two in particular that show up. Special allo conversation that we did on a Saturday, and then in November. There's others here, but these primary ones. So if you are not trading live yet and you've been putting trades into the tracker and you've gone through 70/40, so you understand what 70/40 is, I strongly suggest that you watch these two workshops here just to further your experience with 70/40 so that you can create your own burn level. I had somebody ask me, I have X amount in my account. What do you suggest that I out for allocation? And that is, even asking that question means you don't understand our methodology. I could suggest 5%, 3%, 2%, 500. It means nothing because I don't know your tolerance. I don't know your fear level. I don't know where you're at. Doesn't matter how much experience you have or you don't. Everybody has a burn level, which is an amount of money that when it's on fire, they get emotional. So if you got a $20,000 account, maybe that amount is 1,000, 5%. But maybe not. Maybe your particular emotional level is 300. So if I said to you, if you lost $400 every single trade, if you're down 400, down 400, down 400, down 400, are you okay? Or are you going to panic and want to get out? Are you okay losing 400 in a row, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades in a row, 7 trades in a row with a $20,000 account? If the answer is no, then that is not your burn level. So in order to find an allocation, you've got to determine how much can you set on fire without panic. So it might be 300. So if that's the case, guess what? Your pilot position is just shy of the burn level. So that becomes your new allocation number as you begin to trade. You will not trade more than 260 to 280 on an initial pilot position. That's your allo. So we went from 20 grand to, I said 5%, 1,000. You went, no. How about 500, 600, 500, 400, finally got to 300 where you said, yeah, I could be neutral losing 300, half a dozen trades in a row. That's not going to make me move out of a trade. Great. So let's take a number just shy of that, a range. That's your pilot. This is the process that you need to go through. And then you paper trade this for several weeks, maybe 20 trades, where you are putting on a clean entry, putting in a clean exit as you've identified your exit levels. Maybe you've added to the trade as we teach you. Maybe you've put a hedge on that trade. Maybe you made money on the hedge and got out of that one, or made money on the hedge and added to it. You need to do 20 trades with different scenarios, writing all the comments and journals in your tracker, as this is your initial allo. You must go through this process. If not, then you're just behaving like every other retail trader, 99.9% of the traders out there, and you'll have the results of 99.9% of most of the traders out there, which is mixed at best. Take my advice. Do what I did. I'm not asking you to do anything that I didn't do. If you want this as a result, you want your equity curve to look like this. That's the starting point. That's the ending point at the end of the month or quarter. If you want your equity curve to look like this and not like this, then you've got to follow my methodology. You've got to find a burn level, which will end up trading smaller, a pilot, learn how to add to the trades that are working, manage the trades that are not, exit with certain cut loss levels, hedge when you need to hedge, analyze what you need to analyze. I'm not going to abbreviate. Learn the market internals, take the alerts every day and look at the charts and make sure it makes sense what I said. And then once this starts to work and your equity curve is moving higher, your burn level might actually go up, which means this goes up. And so does this. Everybody clear? I mean, if there was a faster way, I would just say, hey, everybody, just put $500 in every single trade. For $79 a month, I'm just going to give you the alerts. Bang, bang, bang. Just trade them. It just doesn't work that way. I tried this with my friends and family when I cracked the code of trading. I sent them my alerts. They mostly lost money. Well, how do they lose money if all your alerts are like 70, 80% win rate? Because they would allocate in stupid amounts. They didn't know how to exit properly. They didn't know how to hedge. They didn't add to trades when trades were working, and they got out of trades because they got scared because they didn't have a burn level. So a friend of mine would say, okay, what are you trading? Apple. Okay, all right, he'd buy 10 grand of Apple. And then he'd get nervous and he'd lose, $3,000. Why'd you get nervous? And why'd you spend 10 grand? If you had spent 400 with no panic and you held on to the trade throughout the actual trade itself, you would have made $300. 10 contracts, you would have made $3,000. Instead, you bought the stock, you panicked, you didn't know what you were doing, and you lost 3 grand. I just, I couldn't deal with my friends and family losing money, and there was too much that they needed to know. So just having the alerts is not enough. I wish it was, because if it was, I could do so much less work and make the same amount of money. Just give me $79 a month and I'll send out the alerts. I don't need to be here live with you and teach you this shit. I don't need to create modules and trackers and teach you how to behave like a professional. Adding, exiting, hedging, market internals. What's the VIX doing? Like, fuck that, I'm just going to give you the alerts. If I could do that, don't you think I would? And a lot of programs out there actually do that. And I'm just not going to do that to you. I need to teach you how to trade. It's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. I could give you 10 random alerts to trade. And do you know that if you followed a proper allocation pilot, added to the trades that worked, exit the trades that didn't, hedge when you got too far into one side or the other, if you actually did this with 10 random trades, I bet you that your equity curve would probably move like this.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video from Trade With Me Now. Make sure to go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel so you make sure that you catch our next video right when it's released. Also, if you have a question or comment, please leave that in the comments section below. And of course, if you want to learn more about Trade With Me Now or join our community of profitable traders, go to tradewithmenow.com. There's also a link in the description below.